94.1, the rhythm of the valleys, Romeo. All right, so let's talk about mom and dad for a minute. Your mom and dad, how have they changed since you were a kid? Good morning, Nat. What's going on?
The change of a parent.
Yeah.
My mother, we could hardly do nothing. Go outside. Go do this. Go do that. But them grandchildren, they get away with murder. I'm like, Mom, why you? And I said her, and she goes, what's wrong? I go, you not him. We could. That's you, and this is him.
It's amazing how they change.
I said to myself, ain't this about him?
Yeah.
And I look at my son, I was like, oh, I'm getting you when you get home. And she tells him, if your mom touches you, call me. I'm like, what's he going to do? I'm at home.
Damn, look at you taking it out on him. He didn't do nothing because your mom changed.
Yes, he did. He knew he's not supposed to act like that.
That's awesome. That's awesome. It's amazing how they, especially your parents treat their grandkids way differently than they treated you.
Like I said, Romeo, I just look, and I'm the same way now. I have a grandson. Leave him alone. He's not doing nothing. He's not bothering you.
All right. Thanks for calling. Later. Yeah, that's a real big one right there. Why they changed because of grandparents. You know, I got when you were a kid. This is the best example. When you were a kid, right, and you did something, your parents would say, "Well, you do. What'd you do? What'd you do?" Now that you have kids and your kids do something, your parents, as their grandparents, say, "What'd the other person do?" It's funny how that changes, huh? It was always your fault when you were a kid, but your kid, never their fault, according to the grandparents. It's funny how that works. It's 94.1. 94.1, the rhythm of the valleys, Romeo. Okay, your parents, man, when you were a kid, they were one way. Now that you're a grown-up, are they different? How have your parents changed since you were a kid? Most of them, I believe, have, especially if they have grandchildren. RD 42547-7. Good morning, Hal. What's going on?
Is this Romeo?
Yeah, what's up?
Oh, my God. Oh, it worked. Oh, my God. My whole life I've listened to the radio station. I'm like, I'm going to call one day. And I'm grown now. Oh, my God, it worked.
All right.
I was just listening to about moms and dads and, your grandkids and you when you were a kid.
Yeah.
Okay, I just listened to what the lady said, and that is very true. But let me tell you, to me, the most important thing was that every time I wanted McDonald's, there was no McDonald's money. There's beans and eggs at home. But with my kids, okay, I'll get you a Happy Meal. You want extra fries? You want that extra ranch? I said, and now that I'm grown, I'm like, where was that McDonald's money when I was a kid? She's like, time was different. I'm like, yeah, but Happy Meals are more expensive now than they were back then.
Oh, my God, that's hilarious.
Yeah, and then, about getting in trouble and everything, that is very true.
Yeah.
With me, it was always like, what are you doing? I see everything. Everybody's in trouble. I don't care who did it.
Yeah.
I wanted one of her grandkids like, oh, he's a baby. She's a baby. I'm like, I was a baby too, and I still like yelled at.
Funny how your parents change, huh? It's funny how their mentality changes about things, huh?
Yes, it is. And let me tell you, when I asked her for something, still as grown, she's like, I don't know. But then when I say, oh, your grandkid wants, forget it, get it. It don't matter the price. I'm like, damn, I was always looking at price tags, sticker tags, discount, coupons, nothing works.
That's hilarious. She got that McDonald's money now. All right.
Yeah.
All right, thanks for calling. Thanks for listening.
Thank you for answering. Oh, my God.
We'll see you later. Yeah, it's funny how Grandma and Grandpa always got that McDonald's money with their grandkids, but they never had that McDonald's money for you. RD 42547-7. How are your parents different now than when you were a kid? It's Romeo. It's 94.1. 94.1, the rhythm of the valleys. Romeo, how have your parents changed since you were a kid? Good morning, Hal. What's going on?
Oh, my God. Man, when I tell you, me as a child, I was getting hit with coffee cups, the TV antennas.
God.
I got my hands burnt on the stove one time because I grabbed $2 worth of change to go to the store before I went to school when I was 8 years old. Straight up child abuse. And now that I have 3 children of my own,
I scolded my kid because he forgot his manners at his grandma's house. I scolded him, not yelling, just a firm voice, like, hey, you don't do that.
Yep.
And this woman wants to be like, you shouldn't talk to them like that. You're so aggressive with them. And I'm looking at her like, excuse me? You're lucky it's too late for me to call CPS.
Oh my God! That sounds exactly right.
I'm emotionally damaged, but my kids can get away with everything.
Oh my God! Yeah, it's funny how parents forget how they treated you when it comes to their grandchildren.
Yeah, it's weird, but I'm sure I have no problem reminding her.
Oh,
Not one bit.
that's awesome. That's awesome. Thanks for calling. I appreciate
Have
it.
a good day.
It's crazy, right? All you moms know. All you moms know how your mom treated you, and now you got your own children, and how she treats your children. Woo! It's different. It's different. Parents are different nowadays, man. They're different than when you were a kid. They treat you different. How have your parents changed? Romeo, it's Hot 94.1. Hot 94.1, the rhythm of the valley. It's Romeo. Let's talk about how your parents have changed since you were a kid. Now you're an adult, and they're totally different, right? RD42547-7. Yo, Rome. Hey, I got sober for my kids. Since my mom couldn't do that for us, I'm addicted to houseplants now. Hated dogs. Now we have 3. They leave hair everywhere, and it don't bother me. They go on my bed, and I don't lose my stuff. I would have in the past. I guess I got softer with age. That's pretty funny. Hey, Romeo, my dad would not allow people to drink or smoke in the house. Now that he's old, he's 70. Who shouldn't be smoking and drinking? Still now, smokers all day and drinkers all day in the house. Man, it's funny how people change, bro. It's crazy, right? Your parents have changed. They're different. Good morning, Hal. What's going on?
Hey, you want to talk about parents changing?
Yeah, what's up, man?
So, bro, my dad's first grandson, my whole childhood, this man was the worst. Beat me with everything. You think of it, you can find, he'll beat me. I used to go to work with him. He used to make me feel so bad at work. 6720. Hey, as soon as he get his first grandchild, this man wants to go into church. Hey, forget that. As soon as I get his second grandchild, this nigga wants to become a pastor.
Oh, damn. Wow.
Bro, stop it. Stop it. I know the real you.
Hey, man, that's funny, man. Hey, thanks for...
I've been murdered verbally, physically, everything. As soon as these 2 grandkids come out, now he speaks the only word to them.
You're listening to Romeo in the Morning on Hot 94.1.
Hot 94.1, the rhythm of the valley. It's Romeo. Let's talk about how your parents have changed since you were a kid. They've really changed now that they have grandchildren, right? All right. Hey, Rome, it's so true. I was getting hit with car antennas, coffee cups, the metal ones. I had my hands burnt on one time. Straight up child abuse, firm voices. All of a sudden, they got grandkids, man. They can't do no wrong. Hey, Romeo, my parents always told me and my siblings we don't got money for things. All of a sudden, they got grandkids and they flash money like millionaires. Like, really? Where was all that money back? They got McDonald's money now. Yeah, that's crazy, huh? They didn't have McDonald's money when you were a kid, but they got McDonald's money now. Hey, Rome. All right, 842-547-7. It's Romeo. It's Hot 4.1. What's up?
Hey, what's up, Rom?
Hey, Ruben, what's going on, man?
Man, it's funny. Last night, my daughter was over with my grandbaby, and they were talking about his birthday party, and I'm like, dude, that's way far away. He's only 4 months. She's like, oh, Dad, I want to do this and that. So I let her have it, Rom. I said, all right, well, Sunday, I said, we're going to do after party because she's talking about she want to do a little cowboy thing. I said, no, I want to do Paw Patrol. And I said, well, this Sunday I'll do an after party. I said, for my grandbaby, I said, and for the families that stay from out of town, you know?
Yeah.
And she's like, he never did that for us. I said, you mad now? I said, what's my grandbaby? You know what I mean, Roman? She's like, I guess you're going to do what you want. You did it for the baby shower, too. I said, yep, that's my grandbaby.
You guys are messed up, man. That
Hey,
ain't
Ron,
even right.
You know how I only sent my invitations on the baby shower to my people because they were complaining about the
Yeah.
invitations?
Yep.
Okay, well, I think my only people I'm going to invite on Sunday is my people.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? And when they say they're all mad because their people ain't them, be like, well, you didn't want the party?
Oh, that's fun. You can just have your own. You guys are too much.
Yeah, bro.
That's
I
awesome.
can do what I want on the day after, right, for my
Yep.
grandbaby?
Absolutely. All right,
All right,
Ruben.
well,
Thank you,
late.
Colin. That's hilarious. Yeah, you man, parents change, bro, especially when they have grandkids. All right, 842-547-7. My question, though, is this. For all you parents that change it, why is it you don't see the same innocence in your grandchild as you do your child? Why were you so different? All right, 842-547-7. How have your parents changed since you were a kid? It's Romeo. It's Hot 84.1. Hot 84.1, the rhythm of the valley. It's Romeo. All right, Rome. Hey, in my opinion, I think our parents grew up with us when we were young. They were young as well, trying to learn life and make money. Now that our parents are grandparents, they treat their grandbabies how they wished they treated us. This is just my take on it. It's not a bad take on it. You might be able to be right. That's a good point. That's a pretty legitimate argument right there. I gotta agree with that because my mom, I remember being a kid and my mom and my parents didn't have a lot of money. They were trying to figure it all out. Now they're all, now they have plenty of money. So yeah, I would agree with that. All right. 842-547-7. The only thing I don't agree with is that when you make that statement is most people that take care of their grandkids now in that way where they spoil them, why don't they still spoil their kids? Now, my mom didn't have a lot of money growing up. I mean, when we were growing up, right? But now she's got a little bit of cash and she still spoils us. She still spoils her kids, even though we're grown adults and haven't lived with her in forever, right? So she's not, I guess, by your logic, the parents are making up for it with the grandkids, but my mom's just doing it for everybody now. So I don't know. So why do your parents not spoil you like they spoil the grandkids then? You know what I'm saying? It's Romeo. It's Hot 84.1. Hot 84.1, the rhythm of the valley. It's Romeo. All right, so check this out. I've been telling you guys for a long time, forever, about great restaurants that I go to that I like. I like Social House, I like Saunders, I like Los Aguacates, places like that, right? Well, Los Aguacates is over there on Aguacates. I'll mess it up all the time. But they opened a new one right over here off of Hagman, right? And so I went to it Friday night with some friends of mine. And it was hilarious because it was packed. I don't know if they knew because it was maybe it was the first day they were open. I don't know, or if it's just always been packed. I don't know. So I'm walking in there, right? And I walked through the bar to get a table in the restaurant, but I walked through the bar to say hi to a couple of people that I saw in there. And this girl, her and her husband are sitting at one of the tables with some other people. And this woman goes, "Hey, Romeo, how are you?" And I didn't know who she was, obviously. She's just a listener. And I said, "Hey, how you doing? Nice to see you." And I kept on walking, right? Well, then I'm standing to the table next to them with some friends of mine. And I overhear her husband go, "That's the guy? That's the one that you agree with all the time?" And so finally, I hear him talking. And then I go sit down with the people I'm with. And the guy comes over to me. He goes, "Hey, man," he goes, I'm sorry to bother you. But he says, "But my wife, bro, I'm always arguing with her over the dumb stuff that you say. She's always agreeing with some of the most idiotic things. And so we're always arguing about what you talk about." And I just started laughing. I'm like, well, and what I said actually was, well, I can't help it if your wife is right, bro. And he goes, "No, sometimes I'll agree with you and we'll argue over the things that you've talked about. It happens all the time." And I thought he was just saying that his wife only agreed with me, but no. So basically what he was telling me that him and his wife will disagree over some of the stuff that we talk about on the radio, and they actually get an argument over it. And I was thinking, I wonder how many couples listen to the show, will disagree with what I'm saying, and one will agree with what I'm saying. And then they're in an argument. Already 42547. But then it got me to even thinking, how many of you have a friend or a relative or somebody in your life that you and your spouse are always arguing about? When their name comes up, you start arguing for whatever reason. Does that happen? Because I do know it. I have known for years that people do, you know, husbands and wives, they'll be driving in the car together or they'll be listening on the radio together and I'll say something or we'll have a conversation about something that they have different opinions on. And then it'll cause an argument between them. But, you know, that's just because the show, you know, everybody has a different opinion about things, right? But do you think, does that ever happen with like a relative or a friend? Does he have a friend that you guys always get in an argument over? Or she have a friend that always causes issues in your marriage or in your relationship? RD42547. It's Romeo. It's Hot 94.1. Hot 94.1, the rhythm of the valley. It's Romeo. So Friday night, I ran to a husband and a wife, and they were telling me how they get in arguments over the show. That different times, you know, they'll disagree on things that we talk about, and it causes an issue between them. And I was wondering if that happens a lot. I know it happens. I just wonder how much it really happens. And then it made me curious to like, is there anybody in your life that you argue about with your, with your spouse? Something will come about, and when that person's name comes up, it causes issues. RD42547. Hey, Romeo. Hey, my wife and I, we don't argue about what you say, but we do get in arguments over Paulina. My wife does not like Paulina's lifestyle, and I don't mind. I'm like you, Rome. I don't mind Paulina's lifestyle. They're all adults. They know what they're doing. My wife just can't understand that. Every time Paulina texts you about something, if my wife and I are listening, we will get into some sort of argument. I can see that. I can see Paulina's lifestyle getting you guys getting some of you guys fired up. All right, 84254-7-7. It's Romeo. It's Hot 94.1. Hot 94.1, the rhythm of the valley. It's Romeo. Good morning. What's going on?
What's up, Ruben?
Hey, Ruben. What's going on, man?
Man, poor Paulina got haters.
Yeah, Paulina's got haters.
Hey, you can't hate on her, man. Like, that's her lifestyle, and she's good with it, and all three of them are good with it. You can't hate on her.
Well, yeah, people can, because people believe that they're right. Look at all the stupid people out there that are still wearing masks. I mean, people think they're right, and they think you can't tell them anything different.
Yeah, but you can't hate on her, especially if you never tried it. I mean, you can't hate on it. You know what I mean? Maybe his old lady wanting to try it, and he hasn't stepped up the game.
Maybe. I don't know.
You know what I mean, Rome?
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah.
All right, Rome.
All right, Ruben. Later, man. RD42547-7. Yeah, you know how people get on their high horses and they sit there on their ivory towers and think everything, they think their way of living life is the only way to live and the right way to live, as opposed to there's other ways to get things done. Paulina just does things differently. And once again, like I said, they're all adults. They know what they're involved in, and they seem to be enjoying their lives. And they're not hurting anybody. So what the problem is. Romeo, it's Hot 94.1. Hot 94.1, the rhythm of the valley. It's Romeo. Friday night. So Friday night I was out and I ran into this husband and wife couple, and they were talking about how they get into arguments over stuff we talk about on the show. Like they'll just disagree on whatever it is, be on different sides of the fences. So they will argue about stuff at home, even after the show is over with, which is kind of funny to me. But it got me to thinking about arguing. Like, do you guys have people in your life that you argue over? Alrighty, 42547-7. Hey, Romeo. It's my mother-in-law. She always comes over to my house like she owns the place. And I tell my wife all the time, it's our house, not hers. Stop allowing her to do that. My wife says, well, that's my mom. She's okay. So we end up arguing about her every single time she comes over to our house. Well, that kind of makes sense, right? I mean, I could see a lot of you having your mother-in-laws, your father-in-laws doing too much, brothers, sisters taking advantage. I guess that would make a lot of sense, right? Already 42547-7. It's Romeo. It's Hot 94.1. Hot 94.1, the rhythm of the valley. It's Romeo. What's going on?
Big Rome. This is Big Boy.
Hey, what's going on, big boy?
Hey, brother, I pay the cost to be the boss in my house. You know what I'm saying? My wife, she's right today, she's right tomorrow, and I'm wrong the rest of the week. So we have nothing Nothing to argue about. You know what I'm saying? That's how that works. You know what I mean? Hey, so how'd you like it? How'd you like that aguacate, the new one?
Oh, it's good. Dave, they're doing a good job. I met the dad. The food was great. 100% great.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was. I'm glad it's over by the house now.
So that's Mario's uncle.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. I mean, both sides of the family get down.
I know, dude. They throw down in the kitchen. They ain't messing around.
Yep. Now you know why I like that spot, bro. All right, big dog.
Right.
Have a good day, bro.
Later, big. All right, 842-547-7-7. Hey, Romeo. The one that causes the arguments between my wife and I is my wife's little sister. She's 25 years old. She lives with us, and she's just a straight hoe. She's always bringing guys back to our house, and I can't stand it. My wife always defends her. I don't know what to do, Rome. I need to get her out. There you go. Roommates will always cause arguments. Oh, my God. I don't understand why anybody who is married or in a relationship allows a third person to live with them. I don't understand that. RD42547-7. It's Romeo. It's Hot 94.1. Hot 94.1, the rhythm of the valley. It's Romeo. RD42547-7. We were talking about, some people that always get you into an argument, right? Like maybe a family member or a friend, you and your husband, you and your wife, you always get in an argument when their name comes up. This is funny, though, because a guy just texted and said that his wife's sister lives with him. She's 20-something years old, 25, I think. She's always bringing guys back to the house. It's always causing problems between him and his wife, right? Well, check this out. Hey, Romeo, you were just talking about roommates, right? Me and my husband, we were married for 3 years. My best friend, she needed a place to stay, so we decided to allow her to live with us. We had just bought our new house. We had extra room, so it was no big deal. Well, fast forward 18 months later, she now lives in my house with my husband, and we are going through a divorce. Don't ever let anybody live with you and your spouse. I would say, who would do that, right? Why would you? I totally agree with that. That's why I just said that. If you're a couple, married or not, it's just you never have a roommate, never have a third wheel in your house. You should never allow that. RD42547-7. Throw me outside 94.1. Hot 94.1, the rhythm of the valleys. Romeo, RD42547-7. Yo, Rome, I saw that coming with her best friend. Yeah, some lady just texted, said her and her husband were married a couple of years. I guess they just bought in a house and they had some extra room, so they allowed her best friend to move in with them. I guess she said 18 months later or so, the best friend now lives there with her husband, and they're going through a divorce. You saw that one coming. I would never. I never liked living with anybody to begin with. I never liked having roommates to begin with, but boy, you are really playing a risky game if you and your partner, whether you be married or just in a long-term relationship, if you ever allow somebody else to move in with you, you are really playing a risky game. I think 9 times out of 10, somebody ends up cheating. And then, I think probably 9 times out of 10, RD42547-7, or having somebody live with you causes problems in your relationship, for you to argue, something like that. It's just not good. It's Romeo. It's Hot 94.1. Hot 94.1, the rhythm of the valley. It's Romeo. All right. So a lady said, we were talking about roommates, right? She said that she had, her and her husband had been married a couple of years. They ended up getting a new house, and they let her best friend stay with them. So turns out a year or so later, 18 months later, she says, now my best friend lives there with my husband, and we're going through a divorce. So you gotta, it happens, man. You can't. RD42547-7. Yo, Rome. My mom always told me, don't ever bring another woman in your home around your husband. I guess my uncle cheated on my aunt with her best friend that would go over their house a lot. Yeah, you can't see. One of the things, and this is one of the things, if you ever pay attention to women, and the women that are smart, they're never talking about how great their husbands are. I mean, have you ever been around a bunch of women who are talking about their men? And we always think, oh my God, these women, why are they always talking bad about their men in front of these women? I mean, is it an ego thing? Is it a narcissistic thing? No, it's I'm keeping my husband thing. There is a lot of truth to the fact that there are women out there who will not say positive things around their friends about their husbands because they don't want their friends, wanting their husbands. There are a lot of women out there. Are a lot of you that are married, right? And you're a good woman. You got a good man, and your friends are just all still single, can't get it together, or you have one friend in your group who's single and can't get it together, and she's always trying to, do too much, party too hard. No man wants her because she's washed up, used up, and then you're going to sit there and talk about how great your husband is around her. You don't want her going after your husband. That just causes problems, So, yeah, there's a lot of women out there that are smart enough to not say positive things about their husbands, not because they don't believe in their husbands, not because their husbands aren't great. They just don't want other women over there trying to, get their man. RD42547-7. So damn sure don't let one of your friends move in with you. You can't trust these women. I don't know how many of you out there, how many of you women out there think you have just the best friends, the most loyal women, female friends? No. They'll take your husband in a heartbeat if they got an opportunity. It's Romeo, it's Hot 94.1.
Yo, Ro.
What up, man?
Man, let me just tell you, that lady, she's a good friend.
Why?
She basically gave her friend a permanent place to stay, man. I mean, you can't get... That's a good friend right there, man.
She basically gave her husband to their friend. Wow, that is hilarious. Yeah,
you couldn't ask for a better friend than that,
no,
bro.
You're right. Hot 94.1, the rhythm of the valley. It's Romeo, RD42547-7. Hey, Rome, why you got to be talking bad about women? Don't nobody want nobody else's man. Yeah, they do. Yeah, they do. That's why. That's why women don't be praising their men in front of their single friends. Because, you could... Gosh, all right, I'm going to tell you this story. And I know they're listening, but I'm going to tell you this story. I'm sorry, guys, but I'm going to tell the story, okay? So a few years back, some friends of mine, right? And I knew the girl. All right, so I have these friends who are married, right? Well, the wife's best friend goes through a divorce. So as she's going through the divorce, she needs help with stuff around the house. So the wife, my friend, she convinces her husband, hey, I need you to help my friend out. She's been my best friend since high school. And she needs some help around the house, because her husband, they're going divorce. So now she's hanging around with them more. And he's, of course, he doesn't think anything of it because, well, he's a moron. Yes, you're a moron, bro. And I told you this. I've always told you guys this forever. All of my married friends, I do not talk to their wives without their husbands. Not because I think their wives are interested in me in any. In fact, I know they're not. Their husbands are all better looking. Their husbands all have more money. They're all more everything there can be, right? But you just never know. You don't want to be put in a position because you just never know. Unfortunately, I hate to tell you guys this, and you guys already know, but it don't matter who it is. But she could be the richest, hottest woman in the world, but at her lowest point, she will make some bad decisions. At her most insecure point in life, she will make decisions that you would never thought she would have made, okay? So listen to me. So back to my friends, okay? And I told this guy, don't do it. Don't do it. Well, so he starts helping his wife's best friend from high school. They used to hang out together when she was married, their husbands, do all the stuff, right? He starts helping out around the house. She needs something fixed, something not working. So one day he calls me because I'm free all day. He calls me up and he goes, hey, so-and-so wants us to go by the house and hang up some cabinets. You got some new cabinets. And I said, okay, I can go help you do that. So I go help him. We show up to this woman's house. Now, mind you, this is his wife's best friend. She is literally laying topless by her pool when we get there with the cabinets. And when we get there, she doesn't even rush, doesn't even think much of it. Slowly takes her time. Oh, okay. And I'm looking at my buddy going, does your wife know? And is this the first time what's going on? I actually thought he was messing around with her at that point, you know? And so after we hang the cabinets, we have a beer, and I just asked him point blank. I said, bro, what's going on? Are you screwing around with this girl? He's like, no. He goes, but, she does hit on me, talking about what a good man I am and how lucky my wife is. And I was like, then why are you still coming over here? Well, it's my wife's best friend. And I said, well, did you tell your wife? Well, no, because it's her best friend. He's trying to do the right thing. But so finally I said something. We go back to his place. I'm like, do you know what your best friend's trying to take your husband? What are you talking about? And I told him, and then the husband comes clean and tells him. I'm like, all of a sudden, she leaves, the wife leaves, and they're not friends anymore. But my point is, you cannot trust another woman. You can't. And I know all of you women out there think you have the most loyal friends, the most dedicated friends. You cannot trust them. Because when they reach a certain point in life and they want what you have, they'll take it if they can. I've seen it happen so many times. RD42547-7. It's Romeo. It's Hot 84.1. 4.1, the rhythm of the valley is Romeo. RD42547-7. Yo, Rome, you were talking about a woman's friend taking her man. I just want you to know, can no man get taken if he doesn't want to? It has nothing to do with the women. Yeah, I disagree with that. Yeah, I don't think so. I think you're wrong. I think you're wrong. There's a reason why your husband married you. All of the steps that you went through for him to want to marry you or be with you are happening when you're allowing him to be with another woman. They may not be having sex yet, but they're getting to know each other. That's why I always tell you, why do you think coworkers always cheat with each other? Why do you think the majority of you lose your husband or wife to a coworker? Because they spend all day dating is basically what they're doing. Coworkers having personal conversations about their lives is basically dating. That's what you and your spouse did before you got married. That's how you got to know each other. So, no, you're 100%. You can't sit there and just say that it's all the man's fault, because it's not. 254-7-7. Yo, Rome, you never let another dog in your yard. Exactly. Good morning, Al. What's going on?
Okay, is this Romeo? I just heard your story.
Yeah, what's up?
Okay, that girl was never her friend. She was never loyal. She's trash. I'm sorry. I would never in a million years even look my best friend's husband's way.
Hold on.
It won't happen.
Hold on.
It won't happen.
Hold on. Hold on. Calm down. They have been friends for 20-something years, since high school. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
First of all, how can you say they were never friends?
Because it's who the girl is internally. At the core of who she was is not a good person.
Okay.
And somehow her friends overlooked that. And you can be a friend with somebody who's mean inside. It's like when Mean Girls hook up with Mean Girls.
Mm-hmm.
So she overlooked that, thinking she was untouchable, the wife. But
Okay.
she wasn't.
Let me ask you a question.
She chose to overlook that her friend was selfish and that she, and the signs are always there. They are.
Hold on. Let me ask you a question. Have you ever met a woman at her lowest point of insecurity in her life?
Yes.
And those women tend to lose morals and common sense when they're at that point.
Yes, but you said women. Not all women are like that, because I would never do that.
Okay. All right. Okay. Have you ever been? Wait, hold on. Have you ever been? Have you ever been at that point?
Start being more alert.
Have you ever been at that point in your life?
Not with a friend, no. I did make one bad decision once a few years ago,
Okay.
but I've never, not with my friends, ever.
Okay.
No. Loyalty's everything.
Wait.
to me.
What do you mean you made a bad decision? Tell me what was the bad decision?
Okay, I was in my selfish air phase, and I hooked up. Get ready. I hooked up with this guy once, okay? But what I found out later is him and his wife were, they had an open relationship anyway. I didn't know.
No.
But I always felt guilty about that.
Yeah, okay.
And so I never did that again.
Okay.
But, so he told me since that he has told her. Mm-hmm. And so I was like, okay, so she's very well aware. And
I understand what you're saying. Okay. But there's a couple things.
Did you hear how I said I was in my selfish air phase?
No, but what I'm saying is, though, if you are around somebody enough and you've reached a low point in your life where you've just gone through a divorce, you feel like nobody loves you or cares about you, and then you have your friend's man coming over to help you out all the time because your friend told him to, you start to feel a little bit, you start to build a bond with that person in a way that's different. It is. It's you. Okay.
Females, just like guys, it's different.
Okay.
Like it's different because it is your female friend, and especially because she has her bond with her friends. That's what I'm saying. Like
I get what you're saying, and I think 9 times out of 10 you're wrong. Maybe you're the exception.
I'm glad this is the one time you think I'm right.
All right, selfish phase. We'll see you later. Bye. 94.1, the rhythm of the valley. It's Romeo. Good morning, what's going on?
Hey, Romeo.
Hey, what's going on? What you doing?
Man, I'm in here working in the kitchen listening to you. And I see we talking about this again, huh?
Well, I just think you chicks are shiesty. Especially when you're insecure and at a low point. Not when you're secure with yourself and ready to take on the world. It's when you're insecure and sad and lonely. And I just think,
they get out of character and do some stuff. Because I know some people like that right now that just look for married people. Oh, girl, I was with this married man. My face dropping. I look at them and they go, oh, I know you married, and I would never do that to you. Excuse my French. B-I-T-C-H. Why you lying?
I would never. No, hell no. You're the first one they'll do it to when they say that.
Yeah, and then look, put this. My friend gonna get me. I don't care. One time we was all chilling and stuff, and my friend got a friend that's just. She talks so disrespectful around my friend, man. Right?
Mm-hmm.
And then one day we at my house chilling, and a friend wanted to come over to my house, and I gave my friend a look. And then the girl say, let me talk to her. So she talked to me on the phone and tell me, oh, I wouldn't do you like that. I was raised different, and all this. So, okay, I'm like, I'm going to let her come on over.
Okay.
So she came over and we chilling in the yard. And I told them, before she get here, if she gets to talking about her
Yeah.
kitty cat,
Yeah.
I'm going to kick her in it, and she getting the heck up out of my yard. But anyway, the girl came on over, though, and she didn't do nothing disrespectful, but she did some disrespectful stuff to my friend that I think is very disrespectful, and my friend needs to let that go. You can't trust nobody like that trying to...
Yeah, you can't. But there are these women, like the last girl that called, she is 100% sure she would never do one of her friends dirty, but yeah, she did some dirt.
Now, see, there should be a line between stuff. You got to leave husbands alone, friends, mans alone. You know, like you that messed up with your life, you got to go get your friends, man, or take somebody. You know what I'm saying? They just pathetic and they freaking losers, and I can't stand it.
I'm with you. All right, Deidre. Well, thanks for calling.
Romeo.
Damn, you fired up today.
I said it's my Friday, and I had a triple shot of coffee.
All
How
right.
about that?
All right, DJ. We'll see you later.
Okay, bye.
All right,
Romeo.
bye. RD 4254-7-7. It's Romeo's Hot 94.1. Hot 94.1, the rhythm of the valley is Romeo, RD 4254-7-7. Talking about taking your man. A lot of you women out there believe that you have such solid friendships and that your friends are so loyal to you that she would never take your man. Well, a woman at her lowest point of insecurity and sadness, loneliness, will do just about anything, even to you. If you got what she wants to make her feel better, she'll justify it in her mind that you weren't a good enough friend, or you're not good enough for that man, or she deserves that man more than you, okay? It's just female logic. RD4254-7-7. Rome, I had a friend that slept with my boyfriend. Her name was... I'm not going to put her name out there. And I'm not the only friend she did that to either. Well, yeah, there are just dirty-ass friends out there. But even some of you who think you have the most loyal friend in the world, you don't understand. And okay, let me see if I can explain it to you in the way that you'll understand, okay? When you go to work every day, you have conversations with coworkers, right? And those coworkers, you're building a bond with those coworkers. At some point, you start talking about personal stuff. And at some point, it's just like dating. You're building a bond with somebody else because you're having intimate conversations and you don't even believe it. Oh, it's just a coworker. Yeah, but that coworker knows so much more about you. Your wife, your husband probably wouldn't like that. Your coworkers learn things about you that you thought were just between you and your spouse, because that's what dating is, getting to know somebody, building a bond with somebody. That's why so many people cheat with coworkers. What do you think is going on when you have close friends? What do you think is going on when you allow your single friend to be involved in your life and build a bond with your husband? What do you think is going on? Now, I'm not saying it was funny. I have a conversation. There's something I brought up years ago about how every woman has her next man in her phone right now. The next man she's going to go out with. If her current relationship fails, married or not, she knows the next man she's going to go out with. It has nothing to do with planning and plotting your next relationship. It has everything to do with there is some male in your life, obviously if they're in your phone, that you've had enough conversation with, that you know well enough that if your husband died today, that would be the next man you'd find comfort in, or that would be the next man you would go out with. Not because you're planning to leave, or if your husband left you today. You're not doing it because you're maniacal. You're doing it because it's low-hanging fruit after you're out of this relationship. It's somebody that will be there for you, that already knows you to some extent, that will already comfort you and will make you feel better about yourself. Okay? That's all it is. It's that simple. It's not because you're waiting for something to happen to your husband or the relationship so you can get with him. It's just, no. It's low-hanging fruit. You don't have to go out and meet new people. You don't have to get on dating sites. You don't have to do all of these things that are complicated and a pain in the ass because your friend right here will already be there with open arms. That's why I say that. Well, now think about what's going on in your marriage, in your relationships, and you allow your single friend to know everything about you and your husband. You're confiding in her about your husband. Oh, he's so sweet. He's so great. He's done this. He's done that. Oh my God, he did this the other day. It was amazing. And your friend's sitting there going, gosh, I'm alone every night. No man's doing that for me. My last relationship failed miserably. And then all of a sudden, you're allowing this woman to be alone with your husband. And what do you expect to happen? That's my point. It's human nature. It's about emotion and bonding, and you don't understand that. And then when you get cheated on or she takes your man, you think, oh my God, what a disrespectful woman to go ahead and take my man. What a conniving little bee she is. When the reality is, no, you pushed him that way into that situation just as much as she took him. Alrighty, 42547-7. It's Romeo. It's Hot 94.1. Hot 94.1, the rhythm of the valley. It's Romeo. Already 42547-7. What'd you send me here? Hey, Rome, you're talking nothing but the truth. I'm a man and already know who I'm getting with if my current relationship doesn't work out. Well, it goes both ways, but it's not because what you have to understand is because you said that, people listening right now are going to think, oh my God, what a conniving ass jerk. That's what they're going to think. He's already plotting. No, it's not. He's not plotting. He just knows that the easiest route to a new relationship or a new woman, he already knows her. The same thing for women. They're not plotting to do their man dirty, but if it doesn't work out, they know the guy that they're going to get with. It's already there and they're fine. But to be honest with you, they probably couldn't even tell you which one. I had this conversation the other day with some friends of mine. And the husband was joking. He goes, yeah, she already knows she's already got the next man in her phone. And she does. But she probably doesn't know which one she would get with next. He's probably there because they already have a relationship. Not a physical relationship, not a loving relationship, not a relationship like you have with your husband or wife, but they have some sort of relationship already, which makes it far easier for them to get together if the current relationship doesn't work out. That's the concept behind what I'm saying to you guys. You don't have to start over. Every single one of you, men and women, know somebody who would date you. They won't date you while you're in a relationship, while you're married, but they'll date you after you're not in a relationship or after you're not married. Every single one of you knows somebody like that. And it doesn't mean you're waiting for this relationship to end or this marriage to go south. It just means that you know that person, because it's easier to date somebody you already know than it is to start over again. Now, here comes the problem. And I believe this to be true, and you guys can disagree with me, and you probably will. But I think when it comes to taking somebody else's spouse, women are more likely to do it than men are. Already 42547-7. But that doesn't mean that he doesn't have any accountability. It just means that whoever's going to start the interaction first, I believe women will do it more so than men will. So you can't trust your single friend. How many of you women out there truly trust your single friend? Really? Romeo, it's Hot 94.1. Hot 94.1, the rhythm of the valley. It's Romeo. Good morning, now. What's going on?
Hey, Rom, what happened? I don't understand. Why would somebody go from one relationship to another in the first place? If you're trying to get out of one, Why would you jump into another one?
That's not what we're saying. I'm not saying you're trying to get out of one. What I'm saying is, if your relationship doesn't work out, you want to be in a relationship.
By yourself.
Huh? Well, some people don't want to be alone. They like being with a person.
You know how insecure that is?
That's not insecure.
I don't know about that, Rome.
If you find the right person to do stuff with and you like, then why is that insecurity? Well, I see what you're saying. If you're insecure enough to go from bad relationship to bad relationship, yes, that's insecurity. Absolutely. But some people want to be in a relationship with a person that likes to do the same things they do. They have fun together. They like to talk and hang out and all them good things.
I do that too, without even giving anybody anything. 7-year run. 7-year run.
A 7-year run without no relationship?
That's right.
Well, who you having sex with then?
Nobody.
For 7 years?
This is God's temple. This is God's temple, and I ain't holier than thou.
Damn, you gonna be, man.
That's why they're all calling from Bakersfield, LA. You have a good one,
Well, you too. Bye. Already 42547. Yeah, I mean, all right. It's out at 4.1. Out at 4.1, the Rhythm of the Valleys. Romeo, RD 42547. Yo, Rome, I've been divorced for over 3 years. My ex-wife has a best friend, claimed to be a sister and all that. Well, one day the friend hits me up, hits me up, says this is so and so. Hey, this is so and so. Was wondering if you could help me change my oil. Your ex always says you were great with your cars and your hands. Let's see. I ghost her and don't respond, thinking this is the beginning to some type of setup. She calls me at night a week later. I don't have her number saved, and I answer thinking it's possibly a family emergency. I answer, she laughs and says, "Oh my God, wrong person, but what was I up to?" She was alone, I was alone. She invited me over, and I went. Been messing with her for like 5 months. My ex-wife doesn't know, and it's exciting because she fakes being the greatest friend in front of me, in front of my ex, whenever I pick up my kids, but does little background things when she's not looking, or things behind her back when she's not looking. I know we're exes, but I already know how it will go down when she finds out. I can't wait till she pisses me off to burn out her, so call her best friend. Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, see? But that's what I'm saying. That's life. That's what the reality is. I'm going to be perfectly honest with you, and none of you women want to hear this. I would say probably your best friend who you think is loyal to you, if she's single, she's probably, I would say probably one or 2 out of 10 women are loyal. One out of 10 single best friends are loyal to you. If you have a single best friend, she's probably not loyal. Especially if your man is available. She will creep up on him just like this guy's story right here. And I'm going to tell you right now, this guy says they've been divorced for 3 years. And I bet that this woman, his ex-wife, who thinks her best friend is so loyal, I bet she would be heated when she finds out. I bet she's going to be pissed when she finds out that her best friend is now with her husband or her ex-husband, right? That's not loyalty, right? Yeah. Already 42547. It's Hot 84.1. Hot 84.1, the Rhythm of the Valleys, Romeo. Good morning, Hot. What's up?
Good morning, Romeo. I always say it. There's no such thing as best friends.
Yeah, you can't trust these hoes. They be out there getting you.
You can. Like, yeah, you turn away for 5 seconds and they're checking your man out. So...
Yeah, especially if you got a good man that they can't get a good man.
There's no such thing as best friends. I always say that. And I'm like, the people always say, that's not true, that's not true. And I'm like, yeah, right, because it's never happened to you. So just wait. Just wait.
All right. Thanks for calling.
Bye.
Good morning, Al. What's going on?
Hey, Romeo. So
Hey, what's up?
I'm listening to you, and I have a story.
Hey, what's up?
I was with this guy for 9 years. We broke up, and I had a friend. I was like going through it. I was really depressed, and she was there with me every day, watching me. Well, ends up a couple months later, boom, she's pregnant by him.
Oh, your ex.
Yeah, so now I'm with another guy, and I ain't got no friends. Can nobody come over?
Out of 4.1, the Rhythm in the Valleys. Romeo, already 4254777. Hey, Rome, I was always told, watch your friends because they could be with someone you were with. I found out family would screw you over before a friend. Family will screw you over, but a friend, I don't know about that. I don't know about that. You just found out, yeah. I don't know who screw you over. I think a friend would screw you over before a family member would. I don't know. That's a good question. Probably about the same, huh? All I know is it's going to be a woman that screws you over. A woman will screw you over before a man will, I think. It's Hot 94.1. Hot 94.1, the Rhythm of the Valleys. Romeo, already 4254777. Rome, I've been with my man over 10 years, and I have a best friend of 18 years. I've never had an issue, but these stories, man, everyone's scaring me, even though I've never had a reason to be scared. There are stories where the besties wasn't, there are stories where the besties wasn't a hoe, right? Because I don't think mine is. My sister, I don't talk to, got with my other sister's ex-husband. Well, first of all, is your best friend of 18 years, is she still single? And how old are you guys? I mean, that's what it comes down to. I mean, there are best friends that aren't hoes. You're right. Maybe one out of 10, 2 out of 10, maybe for the most part. But I mean, given the opportunity and your circumstance, I don't know your circumstance. That's what I'm trying to say. Is your best friend still single? First of all. Has she ever reached a point in her life where she's lonely, insecure, and wants to settle down? I mean, some best friends don't want to settle down. They just want to be hoes their whole life. So they don't care. They're not looking at your man because they're just going to go sleep with another man, whoever's out there on, I'm talking about women that want to settle down. I'm talking about single women that reach a point. There are single women out there that reach a point where they feel like they want to settle down. They're tired of running around, and they just go for the easiest man possible. And sometimes it's yours. That's what I'm saying. So there's some exceptions to every rule. Don't get me wrong. Your best friend might not be a hoe, or she might be a hoe, and she just is going to stay hoeing her whole life. A hoe don't want your man. A hoe wants every other man. All right, 8425477. We're talking about your single friend that wants your life. That's what we're talking about. A lot of you have good men who provide, take care of your kids, take care of you, don't run around on you, or are good guys. And your single friends see that and they want that. And if the opportunity arises, there's a good chance they'll try to take it. I'm not saying they will, but they'll try. It's Hot 94.1. Hot 94.1, the Rhythm of the Valleys. Romeo, what's going on?
Hi, good morning, Romeo.
Hey, what's going on?
So I'm totally on board with you. A woman will take, a man's life. Girls are easy, I guess you could say. I was married for a long time, 20 years, and right after me and my husband got divorced, he actually was with one of my friends.
Okay.
I was like, she wasn't like a close friend, but she was a friend. And I was like, okay, it's like that.
But she knew him.
Sure.
She knew him.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
She knew him.
Yeah.
Yes. We all knew each other.
Yeah.
So after my husband, my first boyfriend that I had after my husband, I decided, hey, I'm just going to be with the ugly person. Nobody going to mess with him.
No.
Ain't nobody mess with him. None of my friends want him.
I'm just going to tell you this, and I found this out the other day. I wrote something down because I want to talk about it next week or later this week. But there has been a study done that women prefer ugly men because they know they're more supportive of their careers to them.
Yes, they are.
Yeah, I guess that's going on around town nowadays, around society. The men are starting to realize uglier men are starting to be more supportive of them.
Oh, but don't let that secret out though, because like there's more to that than just like the supportive part too.
Oh, I know.
I have a friend who goes for looks, and I'm like, girl, you're missing out because you're talking. You want a guy with good looks, but in bed they're horrible.
Yeah.
You get an ugly guy, oh my God, they'll rock your road.
Yeah, he try harder. All right, thanks for calling. Bye.
Bye-bye.
It's Romeo. It's Hot 94.1. Hot 94.1, the rhythm of the valley. It's Romeo, already 842-547-7. Hey, Rome, just tuned in. Have you talked about the Niners yet? Why would I talk about the Niners at all? Why would I talk about football? It's preseason. Preseason is absolutely meaningless. What? It's funny. Saturday, the Niners and the Raiders played, and these clowns where I were arguing with each other. How pathetic does your life have to be that you're sitting in a restaurant, a bar, watching a game, and you're arguing with each other over preseason? I mean, what kind of stupid do you got to be? I mean, how miserable is your life that you're arguing over preseason? I mean, you got to be a person to do that. You got to be one certain kind of dumbass. Seriously. It's preseason. It's irrelevant to everything. And these idiots are over here yapping back and forth at each other. And the worst part about it is they got mad at me when I told them they're idiots.
Bandwagon fans. Bandwagon fans. Bandwagon fans. Bandwagon fans. Bandwagon fans. Wagon fans. Bandwagon fans. Wagon fans. In 2014, you weren't there. But now in 2020, you care. Claiming that you're faithful and it bugs me. I saw it. I seen a price tag on your jersey. Just bought it. 2015, 2016, what did I see? Nobody at Levi Stadium, just empty seats. $5 tickets on StubHub. But you rather stay at home and order Grubhub. Ooh, I never saw you once in the stand. Now on Instagram, you the #1 fan. Last year, you was all about the Warriors. And this year, you ignoring them. Ooh, and turned into a Laker fan. Went from Steph Curry to LeBron and them. Facts. Don't call me no hater, I'm stating facts. To all the bandwagon Niner fans, welcome back. Bandwagon fans. 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 Bandwagon fans.
Get out of bed with Romeo in the morning.
Wake up, boy. Turn up.
Only on Hot 94.1.
I do it like this.
Hot 94.1, the rhythm of the valley. It's Romeo. Good morning. What's going on?
Hey, Romeo.
Yeah.
I have a question to ask you.
Yeah, what's up?
My daughter, when she said that she heard that you guys are giving away Universal Studios for Horror Nights. Is that true?
Up in Magic Mountain or which one?
Universal.
You know what? I think we are. I think that is true, to be honest with
Yeah,
you.
because I don't think Magic Mountain's open anymore. I think they closed it down. That's what I heard.
Magic Mountain got closed? No. Why would they close Magic Mountain down?
Yeah, that's what I heard.
What happened?
I know. I haven't been to Magic Mountain in years, so but I heard they're closing it down. So I don't know.
Who told you that?
One of my friends that live over there towards Magic Mountain, she said they're going to be closing it down. I said, you no way. I said the same thing, no way.
Oh, yeah, we are giving away tickets to Halloween Horror Nights. Yeah.
For Universal?
Yeah, Universal. Just go to the website, hot941.com, and click on it. It'll give you the information, okay?
Okay, and is it general admission, or is it for express, or you have to pay that extra?
Look, Mia, I just found out we're giving away tickets to Universal Studios when you called me. Now you asking me questions I have no idea.
I know you are so sorry. You always sound, no matter how bad of a bad mood you are, Romeo, but I mean, you always sound happy.
Well, there you go. Go,
All right, Neil.
go to the
Take
website.
care. I'll let her know. Thank
Okay,
you so much.
bye.
Bye.
Jesus. I actually think they tell me anything around here. RD42547 Rome. That's so funny. All these whiner fans talking about they beat the Raiders at home in a preseason game. They didn't, though. I think it wasn't the Niners win. Just don't understand these damn fans. I like to watch all preseason games to see what guys are showing out to make the team, and it's good football because these rookies ball out and go all out. It's good for TV not to brag about your team. That's probably not even going to make the playoffs. Yeah, exactly. Hey, Rome. Call me this weekend, bro. Swears it felt like they won the Super. They nearly beat the backup Raiders. He's like a win's a win. I told him, okay, so I'll be expecting you to call me 3 more times this season. Bang, bang, Niner gang. A win's not a win. Preseason is a joke. And if you even care about preseason and take any validity in preseason, you have to be the dumbest person on the planet and live a miserable life. If you're living vicariously through a preseason football game, how miserable are you? That's just sad. Romeo, it's Hot 94.1. Hot 94.1, the Rhythm of the Valley. It's Romeo, RD42547. Yo, Rome. They're not closing Magic Mountain. They're closing the Six Flags. That's up north. Oh, the Six Flags over that shares the parking lot with. Is that what it is? The Six Flags. It's the amusement park that shares the parking lot with the Niners Stadium, right? Is that what they're closing? Or I heard they were closing Knott's Berry Farm too. I don't know if that's true or not, but Six Flags up in where's it? Santa Clara? Santa Clara, I think. I think it shares a parking lot with the Niners. RD42547, and the Raiders did lose to the Niners in preseason the other day. Yeah, so stupid. You people that believe in, you people are so stupid that believes that anything about the preseason means anything. So ridiculous. Romeo, it's Hot 94.1. Hot 94.1, the Rhythm of the Valley is Romeo. All right, 842-5477. Hey, Rome. No, Great America. Okay, Marriott's? Great America? That's that is what shares the parking lot with the 49ers. Six Flags is closer to Sonoma. Oh, you're talking about SeaWorld? There's no Six Flags up north. Unless Six Flags joins SeaWorld. Six Flags SeaWorld. There's a SeaWorld in Vallejo. But is that Six Flags? Wait, what are you guys talking about? Some lady called up and said she had heard that Magic Mountain was shutting down. Isn't it Six Flags Magic Mountain? Yeah, Six Flags Magic Mountain. She heard it was sitting down. Somebody's saying that no, it's Six Flags. So Marriott's Great America. Great America is not closing. Six Flags Magic Mountain is not closing. They're closing the Six Flags that's up north. There isn't a Six Flags up north. Unless it was Six Flags and SeaWorld. Because it was SeaWorld that's up north in Vallejo. Right? No. Somebody Google it. It's Hot 94.1. There's only 2 amusement parks in Northern California. One is Great America, which shares the parking lot with the 49ers Stadium, with Levi Stadium. The other was SeaWorld in Vallejo. And did SeaWorld and Magic and Six Flags merge in Vallejo? I'm sorry, I keep saying Valencia, but in Vallejo? Let me see here. Six Flags is closing 2 theme parks. Six Flags America and Hurricane Harbor in Bowie, Maryland. Six Flags California's Great America in Santa Clara, California. Okay, so it is Marriott's Great America. That's it. So that's the one. The one that AI just told me, someone just texted me, AI, it's Santa Clara. Santa Clara is where Levi Stadium is. Okay, good deal. So it is Great America. RD42547. Romeo, good morning, buddy. I never got my email for the zoo ticket, so I'll keep looking. They'll come. Check the junk mail as well. Six Flags Great America in Santa Clara. Okay, that is the one. That's the one that shares the parking lot with Levi Stadium. Hey, Romeo, it's California's Great America. It's in Santa Clara by San Francisco. It's owned by Six Flags. Okay, so that's the one next to Levi Stadium. All right. You guys are good. All right, thanks. 842-547-7. It's Romeo. It's Hot 4.1. Hot 4.1, the rhythm of the valley is Romeo. Already 42547-7. Oh, man. Yes, there's Great America. Well, now somebody's saying it's in Vallejo. Come on now. Which one is getting canceled? You guys are giving the AI sent me a guy sent me a picture, said the one in Santa Clara is closing down, not the one in Vallejo. So I don't know. You guys don't know what you're talking. I hope it's not the one in Levi, but that shares with Levi Stadium. Man, you don't know how many times, how many shows I saw there, man. They used to hold KMEL used to hold Summer Jam, held a few Summer Jams at Great America. So when I was before I worked for radio, I used to go to Summer Jam up there, and then after I started working in radio, I used to have to go to Summer Jam to promote the radio station. Oh man, I seen a lot of acts at Summer Jam there. Yeah, I remember Ice Cube, Mary J. Blige, Far Side, H-Town, Diggable Plants. I remember I was shooting hoops. I was playing one of the hoops games at Great America, the one at Santa Clara, and I look over, and right next to me is Diggable Planets. They're shooting hoops right next to me. Crazy. Yeah, I saw. Oh man, E40. I think if I remember correctly, yeah, they were all at Great America. At least I think it was Great America. Maybe I'm wrong about that. Huh? Romeo, it's Hot 94.1, the rhythm of the valley. It's Romeo. A lady called up earlier and said that she heard that Six Flags Magic Mountain up here, the hill, was closing, and she got bad info. Apparently, it's Great America. The Santa Clara, California park will close at the end of 2027 season, which means that is the park, Great America, that is in the same parking lot. They share a parking lot with Levi Stadium, which is where the Niners play, okay? Yo, Rome, it's Great America. Don't listen to these fools. It's Great America. Okay, all right. Man, Great America was fun when I was younger. Yeah, oh well. They probably need the parking lot for, because I think actually they had to close for the Niner games, right? So every Sunday the Niners played at home, I believe they had to close because there wasn't enough parking spaces for the theme park and the Niners game. Already 42547-7. So I got confirmation. Yes, it's Great America, Santa Clara. It'll be closing in 2027. So go there before it closes. It's Romeo. It's Hot 94.1. Hot 94.1, the rhythm of the valley. It's Romeo. Already 42547-7. Nobody knows what theme parks. Some lady thought Six Flags Magic Mountain up the hill. She got bad info. She thought it was closing. It's one in Northern California. Hey, Rome, you should know by now these dumbass people don't know anything. Have a blessed day. Well, I mean, you would think with AI now, it tells you everything. All you got to do is find the AI and ask them a question. It gives you the answer, right? It's pretty good. Hey, Rome, shoot me a set of tickets for being the smartest gal in Kern County. Tickets for what? I don't have any tickets. Already 42547-7. That's not true, though. I do have movie tickets, but we'll get you guys some more movie tickets tomorrow. I already gave some away today. We'll talk to you then. It's Hot 94.1.